You understand their need. The thing is this, friends, I want to say this. We are living in a society and in times when those who are ahead of us, they don't have concern with us. How many of us believe with me? Everywhere people, they look at us as, if we put them into a place of work, they don't care, they care less about us. It's all about themselves. Servant leadership thinks about what commitment to serve, being being rooted in humility and integrity. So this is where we are now entrenching. I wanted to bring up that one before we come to this place. And then the most important principles of servant leadership. This group discussion we are going in. And I wanted now to show you where we are such a time like this. Bring up that one before. A study by Carl Lewin in 1939 proposed 3 principles of leadership: directive, authoritarian, participative, democratic, delegative, laissez-faire style of leadership. I want to take you back, and then you'll find where you are. It is on your book. We have lived, this guy called Carl Lewin lived in 1939, and he came up with these 3 types of leadership. But when we try to compare this leadership, they have been overtaken by them. And here we have we have these generations. We have the baby boomer, 1946 to 1964. Do we have baby boomers here? People who were born 1946 to 1964. I belong to that one. So, then we have Generation X, 1965 to 1979. How many of us? Then we have the Millennials, 1980, 1994. They are the majority. Just again, raise up your hand. They are the majority. Then we have 95 to 2014. 96. So you have Gen Z, the guys who wanted to remove Ruto from power. So the question is, and then we have the silent generation, where 1928 to 1945. How many of us were born by this generation? So, tell us, what are some of the lessons that you learned from that generation? Sorry?
I was not taken care of.
Yes, you were not taken care of.
Actually, they never spoke to me. My dad never spoke to me.
Yes, you know they never spoke to you.
Yes. But I grew up.
Somebody else. This generation, they were just silent. They were not asking. No telling. You know, they were just a generation that actually you could not question. They walked in, and when they walk, it is like a lion has walked home. And they are always right. But you know what? They emphasize on discipline. Do you agree with me? Yes. They were disciplinarian. And let me tell you, when they went to work, those guys, they worked till they retired. And even I remember one professor, he came and then he retired, and when he retired, he would still go to the university. Because I think that's so, and all those years, and most of these people, few of them started the business. Because they were so much focused on work. Theirs was about loyal. Then we came to 1940 for the baby boomers. This one, the 1928, they experienced the Second World War. And then we come to 1946 to, these are the baby boomers. They still had strong work ethics. Then we have the 1965 to that, the middle child organization. These are the people who laid down the change in organizations. These are the people actually who laid it down. They became, they were called the techie-savvy young generations. These are the guys who invented Facebook. These are the guys who invented most of these technological things that we see. It was a generation that was thinking. Then we came then they passed on to this generation, techie-savvy and the socially conscious. These are the generation they are making money home. And these are the actually we call this generation the generation of why. Every question, if you go to them, they would ask you a question. Why am I doing this? Millennial, these 65, they never asked about why question. They were kind of semi-obedience. But this generation, how many of us you have children of this age? Did you have them? Generation 1981 to 1986. What are some of the challenges you go through?
You have to see reason. Why am I bringing on table what I've got?
Yes. They are the questioning generation. And let me tell you, these are some of the generation we are working with. They have their own language. I don't know whether it is the same in Uganda, but in Kenya, you can sit down with these. They talk, you'll never hear what they are saying. Do you have that? You know, in Kenya, the Swahili thing is kind of crafted. Sheng, these guys, they sit with you, and then they don't call you my boss. They have a name, and they will call you boss. Think about if you have this kind of a generation in your place of work, and you are their boss. You can't treat them. You know, they would want to ask you why. My daughter, the other time we sat down with her, and then I was asking her, why are you? She told me, Daddy, I got another job. I asked her, listen, you have just only worked for 6 months to this organization. How are you building your resume? Daddy, I've got to move ahead. There was a year, she changed 3 jobs. And then I asked her why. I can't sit under that boss, but there was this boss who was so bully, I would just sit back. But this generation, they are not going to sit with you. And they are with you. Did you know this generation from this one? Oh, sorry. Sorry. This generation, you know this generation, this one and this one, they are the one who are controlling the economy. These are the guys who are controlling the economy nowadays. And they are the one who are shaping the economy world. You just ask them to do anything, they will do it with. Even the phone that I have, sometimes I don't know whether there are some features in it. But I remember one day we were just walking with my daughter, and then I was sabbling. And then this is something so simple. Why do you have to take it to the fundi, to the guy to make it? I can do it. She did it within few. My phone was okay. But here I was struggling. I wanted to take it to they are techie savvy. These are the guys who are driving the economy. These are the one who have invented Facebook. These are the one who invented so many these social media things that we are going on with. WhatsApp, the WhatsApp that we are having today, do you know that it was just invented by two young Americans who went to climb Himalayas mountain? They went to climb there, but they felt that they asked themselves, we need to communicate with the parents. They could not communicate. So they came up with an idea. When they came back, they said they created that WhatsApp. And do you know WhatsApp is the American greeting? What's up, man? It was just an innovation of just two young boys who created it. And they see how it has really changed the communication all over the world. Zuckerberg, the founder of Facebook, young man. I don't think whether he's even 50s now. Yes, you see? Very young, and then look about the millions that he's making. Yes. Think about the monies that he's making today. TikTok. Majority made up by two Chinese guys, very young boys. These are the guys, and this is where we are right now. We are living in here, and in the workplace they're here. They are controlling our economy. They are doing everything, and we need to work. Then we come to Generation Z. This one, they don't want to reason. You saw in our country, how many of us, there were those small boys, they say they fear only two things. They are not afraid of anything. One thing, they don't have responsibility. You see? And these are the people whom you employ, and they come and they start texting in the office. And these are the people who don't want to come to work. They want to do work at home. And these are the generation, if you are a Christian, they don't live by faith. They live by reasoning. You don't want to tell them, they will ask you, why do you go to church? Where is God? So when do you tell me to do this? When we come to family, they will ask you, why do I need to keep on hanging with this man or with this woman? Then they will say, like Kenya, tuishiane. You know, in Kenya, when we say tuishiane, let us separate. Everyone go their own way. These are the same generation that we are living in. And these are the generation that we should think about how we are going, what are they going to copy from us as leaders? So the sweet spot to pray for employee is to bless this work spirit, spirituality. As you work, create an environment of trust, create an environment of collaborating, create an environment where everybody is going to matter. Create that environment of inclusivity. You see? Create and be adaptable. Be that kind of a leader who understands these people. Know that they are living their age, and then you can't throw them out. Create that environment of entertaining, of living together in one. Then the key principles are these. Autocratic, we see things. These people, they see things different from us. Can you see this? Can you see the argument? How many are you seeing there? This guy is seeing 4. Let me ask you a question. This guy is seeing 4. This guy is seeing 3. What does that mean? What is this guy seeing? What is this guy seeing? So why is he seeing 4, not 3?
Perspective.
So why is he seeing 4? But this guy is seeing what? This guy here is counting what? 1, 1, 2, 3. So is perception. How do we see leadership?
Another example is the 6.
Eh?
Figure 6.
Yeah.
It's a common example where you're seeing 6 on the other side and it's 9.
You see, you hear perspective. This guy is counting 1, 2, 3, and then 4. This side. This guy does not, he's seeing only 3. He's counting from 1, 2, 3. This guy is counting from here 1, 2, 3, 4. So is how we perceive leadership. How do you see leadership? How do you see leadership? Is that, and let me tell you, see, the way you are seeing things is not the way your child is seeing things. Seeing things differently. So it's all about perspective. Then Greenleaf said that the leader who wants to be successful is the one who has the ability to serve others. Nobody would like somebody who will tell them to do something that they cannot do themselves. That is the best leader. The leader who is going to be successful in this day and age is the one who is going to tell people things that they can do and he can already do. It's not a matter of saying things that you want other people to do and you cannot do. It is that kind that you can tell people, and it has proved that people who grow up from the way Madam Kagendo told us, from a photocopier, and then they rise up to the top position, they become better leaders because they know the whole system. They have gone through the whole system of leadership. Current employees. So what I want as we go to make our test, I want to show you 60 principles that if we followed, and these people, they are asking, the current generation of leaders, they are asking people so that our workplace can be better. They are saying, these leaders, especially now, we are living with these generations. We are living with my IT guy. All what these people, they are telling us, listen to us. That's what they are saying. Listen to us. Why are we denying? Why are we saying we can't do that? They want us, we listen to them. When we fail to listen, when we listen to, we become 5 times more confident in our ability to reach our goals. When you get to listen to them, I remember, let me give you this. I remember I was working for this organization and having been in a higher position. So this guy came and we said, okay, let's listen to him. And he said things he should not continue this way. Then we asked him, what do you think we should do? He gave us his style of doing things. And then we told him, okay, do it. And let me tell you, the way that guy did things, it changed the whole organization. It challenged us, and it changed. And actually, it increased profit in that organization. Don't throw out any idea you hear from the people you lead. Treasure it. Any idea you hear from the people you lead, treasure it. Then this generation, they're asking why. Why do they seek to be listened? It is a generation of asking why. Want to be part of decision making. Want to be part of the outcome, what we are doing. These people, they want to be involved in the decision making. And I think you were all watching the newspaper. They yearn to put our president to come and listen with them. And they said that we want to listen to you. Because they want to know why. They're asking why. And in Kenya, they were asking, why are we getting this financial bill be passed on? They want to know why. Then they want the solution, listen to them, observe what they are saying, give them good input. Then appreciation. These people, they want just to be appreciated. Do you know the former generation, their appreciation was in monetary terms? But the current generation of people, it is not much more on monetary or material things. They want to hear, well done.
Just which part?
Sorry?
That last presentation.
Mm.
You moved, yes.
The former slide, yeah? Sure.
This one, yes.
We don't have it here, so.
Okay. Are we good?
No, not yet.
Okay. Let's move. So they all what they want to be appreciated. If you want to motivate your people to do better, appreciate them. And they even telling them thank you, good job. That's all what they want. These people actually, they are not after money. Let me tell you, some of them, they have money, and they don't work for you because they can't get, they have. But all what they hear, and let me tell you, the key thing, if you want to retain your people in an organization, learn to appreciate them. Sometimes you give them a party. Sometimes you just write a note of appreciation to them. And don't say like my friend from Nigeria, when we were in the US and then we went we went to another family, and then it was Christmas. So we went, and those people, they said, thank you for coming for Christmas. We are so happy. You are the first black people to come and enjoy lunch with us, to celebrate Christmas with us. And each of them gave us a card. And when we handed the card, the first thing my Nigerian guy was to open. And then they said that, oh God, look at these people. They just give us a word. So we need money. We need dollar. And he was looking at that card and look at these people. The people are crazy. Why would they give us? They give us a card, and do you know that he had to tear that card? Do you know what is that generation is? Baby boomers. They believed in appreciation with material. But let me tell you, this generation, they feel appreciated when you tell them, thank you. Thank you for being. They even feel good when you pat their back and tell, thank you for being here. It's a great joy to have you here. Appreciate people for what they have done and for what then the third one, they want humble leader. Oh, this one. Oh, this one? Oh, the previous one. Oh, this one.
Yes.
Oh, this one. You want to take? One of the things we like giving the material is so that you can go and do your future studies on it. Yes. Oh, this one? Oh, sorry. Oh, this one. Okay, full of it. So I want to give you an exercise. Turn to your friend and tell, I am thankful you were my neighbor today. So how did you see him? You saw him. You saw him what? Smile. Appreciate people. Appreciate them and then give them even an eye. Say, thank you for being part of me. That you change their mood. You help them become better. It's not easy. It's not a miracle. Don't take it lightly that she came and sat next to you. They want a humble leader. Let me tell you today, people really, they don't want leaders. They really want humble leaders. They don't want a leader who says, I did it myself. They want a leader, when we accomplish things, we say we have done it. And they want a leader who will come and they say, thank you for helping me do this. That's what they want. That's the kind of a leader that we are missing in nowadays. We don't want leaders who will say that, oh, this is my organization. No. They want a leader who really displays that. They want a leader who will say, we did it. A leader who lifts them up. A leader who allows them to get a credit for what they have done. That's what we need. How many of us, you were once congratulated by your boss? How did you feel? How many of us, you were congratulated by your husband and by your wife? How did you feel? You felt great. That's the kind of a leader that we are looking. Then they seek a leader they can trust. They want a leader they can trust. Build trust with the employees. That is the kind of a leader. They seek you for care.
Oh, pardon them.
Oh.
The immediate farmers.
They seek you for a leader they can trust. What a leader they can trust. Want a leader they can trust. Build trust with the employees. They really want to know. They know that I am trusted by my boss. My boss can trust me with this. That's all what we need. And then let me tell you, one of the worst thing I ever experienced is to live with a boss whom he did not trust me. Have you ever lived with a boss whom, or with somebody whom they don't trust you? How did you feel? You feel bad. Yes, you feel like, oh my God, am I going to that office and sit in that office? You feel like they are sucking down your energy. You go and sit under him and you ask yourself, oh my goodness, keep on watching. And even sometimes, like another guy, we were working at an organization and the boss was so bad, and we realized that he had no watch. And then this guy went ahead and then he moved the clock ahead. Because we could, the place was toxic. Then they seek a person who cares. Not caring by word, I said appreciation by word, but caring, want a leader who go extra mile for them. Why do they need care? They brought themselves up. Why do these people, especially let's come to our generation, why do leaders, and the most of our generation, they need a leader who care? Do you know why? Because most of these millennials, they brought themselves up. How many of us here left your father's home when you were getting married? Huh? Yes, mother's home. You see, this generation, they just stay in the city. And you are staying home. You see your daughter moves up with a guy. Tell her, this is my husband. Why? Because they left college, they went to they went to college, especially when they were in high school. They have been taking care of them. They go to college, they have been taking care of them. They get jobs, they go and rent their home. They mess up in life, and when they mess up, they never consulted you. I remember one parent was telling me that, my cousin Peter, the last time I saw my daughter was 2 years, and then she comes home with a baby, and she tells me, Daddy, Mom, I brought you a granddaughter. That's it. She doesn't know how she got the baby, the owner of the baby, and she's not asking the parent, to take care of my baby. These people, this generation, they need a boss who cares. How many of us you have heard say, he behaves like a dad to me? I've heard some more people say that Peter, when I look at you, I feel like you are my father. And I asked them why. I never had a lack of my father. Why? I lived in the city. I never grew up with him. Go to college. Let me tell you, when these people, they get a boss who is caring, they will stay in that organization. Because there reaches a point where they feel that now I need a father figure. I missed something. That's what I need. Then they need empathy. They seek for empathy. Want a leader who shares the emotion. Every one of us in a place of work, we need to feel somebody who really empathizes with us. We go through hardships. And then let me tell you, if a working place lacks empathy, people will keep on quitting jobs. People will keep on will keep on leaving jobs. So I think we need this kind of So how does servant leadership works? One, the leader who shares the emotion. One can handle their word to understand them. One, the leader who prioritizes understanding and empathizing with the members' needs. That's what they need, these people. Empathy is very important. So how does it work? It is in your paper, it is in your module, you'll be able to read it. So summary, what is the summary? Oh, sorry. Okay. So this is how servant leadership works. And you got to be very careful about that. So let me summarize it. Servant leader provides a philosophy and a set of behaviors that individuals in organization setting can learn and develop. The following session features, that's how it is. That's a summary of it. You can copy it, and then we can do it. But before we go home, because I know I want us to go to an exercise. Bring it here. And I want us to go to those 4 groups that we did. I know we have. I want you to ask this question yourself. I thought we had good time. We don't have enough time because we are heading to 5. Should be out of this 5. But I want you to ask this question. What type of a leader do I want to become? I want you to write it there, because yes, at the end, I know there are some notes session here. Uh, yes, yes. Before you come to Madam Kagendo, what type of a leader do I want to become? Ask yourself that question. That is going to be your research work on yourself. Then another question, why do I want to become that leader? Why do I want to become that leader? Then the third one, what qualities of behaviors do I need to develop to become that leader? What qualities of behaviors do I need to develop to become that leader? Very, very important. When you answer those questions, your path to becoming a servant leadership will become clearer. What type of a leader do you want to become? Ask yourself, what do we do as lead? As lead, this is what we emphasize. We emphasize on the being of a leader. That is the character of a leader. Because what we don't have today, we don't have leaders of good character. And we felt that it was good that we develop the being of a leader, the character of a leader. Because we know that when we develop the leader, then we have gotten the best leader. What type of a leader do I want to become? Why do I want to become that leader? Ask yourself, what qualities of behavior do I need to develop to become that leader? Those are some of the questions that you need. Before I wrap up, any question, any thought, any comment? Yes.
At what point do you decide or choose to want to be a servant leader? Like in an organization, yeah? After how long? For example, I know it can be a servant leader aspects in everything you do, like in family, in your business associations, yeah? If you're carrying it as a trade, that is okay. That can be part of you, like knowledge, your integrity. But in the workplace, in the corporate world, yeah? Is there a need for a background, probably studies, yeah? Of the people you're serving or working with, understand their needs. Like at what point does it start? Like the day you join, yeah, the organization, or you commit to that role, so that you don't have like assumptions. Yeah? So at what point does one decide or say I'm going to be someone?
At the end of the day, everyone is serving. So when you come to an organization, you first learn the culture of that organization. And when you get to understand that the culture of that organization, or how things are practiced and are did in that organization, you ask yourself, where can I fit in this organization? How can I bring what I know in this organization? Sometimes it may be hard for you to change a culture of an organization. But what you believe in, for example, issues of listening, issues of serving. Like serving is like you know, You know, serving can be in out, and it can come from any different perspective. You can approach it from any. But the thing is this: how can I demonstrate servant leadership, like issues of even being very. Sometimes you see like being faithful, creating trust in an organization, and even sometimes helping other people to grow. That is how you can, and by the time you start practicing those things, like you start helping other people to grow, like also listening, like also creating, being yourself, being trustworthy and being faithful, now you are kind of bringing up that concept of servant leadership. It all begins with you, how you are going to address yourself and how you are going to behave in that organization. But first of all, it's very important to understand the culture of the organization. And because what I know, a servant leader, when he goes to an organization, he asks himself, how can I serve in this organization? Not even in so many ways. You know, there are so many ways you can serve in an organization. What do you think? Any way you can serve an organization where you are employed? Anyone? Do you have an idea?
It depends on organization.
An organization, how can you serve?
Clearing the table after a board meeting, maybe
Mhm.
one is doing it, you do it.
Let me tell you one way you can show is practicing trustworthy, creating that culture of trustworthy.
Doctor, another question? The organizations that have a certain culture,
Mm-hmm.
for example, like EFID, you say, you get in those organizations and you find that there is an organized way of a certain culture of
Mhm.
almost emulating
Mm.
a little bit of servant,
Yes.
many aspects,
Mhm.
actually, not really a little bit, many aspects of the servant leadership. Because you'll find probably a country director walks in, yeah, and probably they'll make you tea.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a big deal to them,
Mm.
you know. Then cross over to ministry, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Some bosses even want their shoes white. You understand, to show that they've arrived.
Mhm.
And the whole room has to behave a certain way. There is quiet, there is order, because
Mhm.
a certain boss has walked in the building, not even in the office yet. So, is it easier probably for certain cultures, other cultures, have they picked up from that 1970, what was that name? The father of
Greenleaf.
yeah. Is it that those organizations have probably gone ahead and have developed systems that make it easy for a bit of servant leadership? Because this is where you find someone has no problem being called Francis or Moses or Peter. Even the names don't matter, whether they are doctor, PhD, or doctor, medical. Like, they make you feel like you're the same, You're like on the same level, when you're working with them. Then when you transfer this side, it happened to me sometime when I switched to a certain organization, and I was used, because I was coming from DFID, to calling people by names, And then someone was telling me, "Oh, you call that one by their name?" And I'm like, "What's the problem?" And they're like, "Yeah, it's not like that." You know, I had to transform now, imagine, from the other culture to now this other culture of, "Hello, sir, morning, madam." You know, you don't call, like I say, commissioner, things like that. So I think we have to be cognizant of the place that you mentioned, where you are. But the reason why I was asking, for how long should you put in your mind to decide and say when the servant leadership kick in? Okay? It would be probably a personal decision to know, maybe I'm practicing this every day, all through, okay? Then in some instances, you may need to take a month or two to settle in, because there are cultures where you will not understand the organization culture until you have a quarterly meeting where all staff and most of the things are done. and then you will sort of like pick up other ways of how this organization is behaving, like when you're new. So it may take you maybe, I would think that a minimum of like 6 months for you to learn, yeah, and take it in and decide, okay, this is how I can start here. This is where I can come in. This is another opportunity for me to come in. Like that, like you have to be cognizant, you have to be intentional about being a South African.
When we started this thing, I said that I was giving you knowledge. Why did I decide to give you knowledge? Is so that you can use that knowledge to practice it. Knowledge that is not practiced is not worthy to be practiced.
Yeah.
And when you see, you know the Western culture, and especially this organization coming from the West, they read a lot and they have understood a lot of things, and they come from a democratic countries where actually you know you can sit with your professor, if it's a professor MD, and then you come and challenge him on face. You know, you can just walk into the CEO or to the president's office and then tell him, I don't, let's talk. But here you've got to pass through the secretary, the secretary to somebody else, and then before you get to him, even the secretary would tell you, let me solve your problem. But in the Western culture, is about this. Then you'll see he comes, he sits with you. When was the last time your boss sat with you?
And I say something that
Yes.
I think part of why we were the generation, the leadership across various generations,
Yes.
is to tell ourselves we just have to change.
Yes.
Like us back in Kenya, like 2 months ago, we were taken aback because the people of our generation, we were not trained to question. But let me call them our children. They are the ones that you're saying they must know why they are doing what they are doing. And so this generation or the generations that are coming, they just, I mean, the leaders that are, and which would say comfortably, we are the ones. We just have to change. At once, for a while, people are not understanding what these young people are up to. And it got to a point, even the president had to almost, let's say, humble himself. At first, he wasn't willing to talk to his
Gen Zs.
Gen Zs. He wasn't willing to talk to them, but he had to calm down. And that's why, as leaders, we are being trained, because the people we've already started leading, these are totally different people. These are not people who will come calling you sir. I mean, they are themselves, not because they are being disrespectful, but they are themselves. And that's why, I mean, because we are their current, let me say, their current leadership. We just have to adjust to their ways, because they don't belong to our generation. And that's why I like what, I mean, you took us through just an hour ago on, leading across the various generations. The people of our age will all say, yes, sir, or yes, madam. But the people we are leading, these are totally different generations. And we had better, take them as they are, because they belong to a totally different generation from us, and we will not lead them the way we were led. So it is us to adapt very, very fast. And by the way, those people who want to be called sirs, madams, sorry, with all due respect, Daktari, these are the baby boomers. Isn't it, Daktari?
It's us.
The baby boomers, they're retiring, they are 60. I don't know, in my country, you hit 60, you retire. So whether we like it or not, the baby boomers are retiring. In fact, by December, I think all the baby boomers will have retired, because you see the next generation starts at 65, right? That's the X.
Yeah, that's X. Yes.
The people of our generation. We are the
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Uh.
With all due respect, Daktari,
Mm.
we are retiring all of them in December.
Yeah.
So from next year, the people who will be the MDs, and they have started. Actually, we have people who are becoming MDs at 40. Yeah.
They are there
So
in our
within
country.
by next year, you'll begin to see a crop of different. We will have retired all the baby boomers.
Even Trump said that if he loses, he won't run again. Actually, he said the time of my generation to lead is gone. Let me give you an example. We were walking with my daughter, and then I met this man I respected so much, and then I went straight to greet him, and then I greeted him. And then my daughter kind of looked, Daddy, why did you want to greet him with your words? For me, it was a respect. For her, it was like you see my status. I can't. And when you greet somebody, that's a respect. They don't know that. Even church leaders, they don't know. In your generation, you used to call pastor.
Yeah.
In nowadays, they are calling him in Kenya. I don't know who. Pasi ni aje sasa. I don't know. That's Swahili. Instead of calling you pastor, they call him Pasi. Bishop, am I right?
You're right.
Yes, they are calling. And they are not disrespecting him. It is their time.
And eventually JK.
Yeah, you see. So I think with this knowledge, let me tell you, Sandra, thank you for bringing that up discussion. You get the knowledge and then you start practicing it. Have we had a good day? How many of us they feel we should continue with this? Aslead is here. Go organize workshops. Give us a call. We will come and train you. This was just a testing. We were testing if these things can create an impact. But I want you to go and think about it in your organizations. Invite Aslead. We'll be coming there. If you have a church, go and talk to your pastor. We can also come and train church leaders in your church. We have a class that is starting going on in Bishop Abale's church in Mokono. I'll be there tomorrow.
Also, I've been told you'll be there in 6 months.
Yes.
Pastor Pauli's church.
Yes, at Pastor Kaumi's church, who was here, he said that we come and we want to start a class in November. November, I think 22nd, we shall be coming to train leaders there. So, and also organizations. I've heard one brother, I think he's left. He told me that you go to his office, talk with the management because he was sent here, and then organize. So if it is your organization, call us. We have tailor-made courses for organization, and I think you'd love to hear more about Francis. You want to hear him speak more? How about Madam Kagendo?
Yes.
Yeah, I told you she's a blast. So I think we are very much willing. You can give us a call in a need that you need, and then we will be able to help us. Before we go, in Aslead, we all ask, what is your one takeaway? When you go out, what have you gathered from here? We start from here. What's your takeaway today?
I think the issue of the vision still remains very key for me.
Yes.
And that servant leadership is a vision that in reaching that vision, as a leader will move together with the entire team. But the questions that are lingering in my mind,
It's a takeaway.
very interesting.
Yeah.
We can reflect on it, because I think Lucy brought up this matter in relation to gender.
Yeah.
We have gender considerations in institutions, then we have cultural considerations.
Yes.
You brought it up.
Mm.
And then we also probably have
Okay. Yes.
I think we didn't give enough time to end of that. That's what I'm going back, not
Yes.
side.
I'm being told that we are about to be locked out, to be chased out. So there's some other group that is coming up. So I want to say thank you so much for inviting us, and thank you so much for allowing us to be here. And we really appreciate you so much, so much, so much. So we look forward to seeing you sometimes back. And it was a great pleasure to have you. Thank you so much. Next time you hear us, we are around, please come early so that we can, we would have done a lot if we started at 8. So thank you so much. Let me hand it over back to Francis.
Thank you, Dr. I think we give him what? Abate. Abate Abako. You remember?
Yes.
Can we do it? You remember?
Yes.
Okay, Abate, 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 Abako, Abako, Abate, Abate, Abate.
Thank you. Thank
That
you.
is Greek, but it makes the sense. So nobody is chasing away anyone. So I just whispered something to Dr. Mulingi, and I just wanted to have group 2 share something small. They don't share. And then after group has shared something, we also want to have at least 4 people speak to us. Den's got some emergency, but I can see he's back online. Eh? Yeah, he got some emergency, but he's back online. We'll have some interviews right out there with Dennis. We'll request 4 people. We'll get them. Do you want to speak to us, Edward? No. No? Okay. But we want to thank Edward for the wonderful meals. Eh?
Thank you.
Haven't you done a good job? Yes. You want to give him a bati? Yes. Okay. Abako, Abako, Abati. So you don't know. I'm misleading you. Okay, okay. Abate, Abate, Abako, Abako, Abate, Abate, Abate. Thank you, Edward, for the wonderful work. We are happy we can always come and come again. Yes. So, yes.
As you come,
Yes.
I wanted to inform Dr.
Mlinge.
that government of Uganda is planning to enact a law aimed at restoring the values and respect for elders because young people in Uganda have failed to appreciate the guidance and wisdom given by the older persons due to the influence of Western culture. This is as of today. Yesterday.
So a law is going to be passed. Gen Zs to respect the elders.
Wonderful.
Uganda for you.
Beautiful. So we'll have, and by the way, we are working with Victor. We want to have a training for the permanent secretaries and the ministers in this country. So you can see how far we are going. It's not just it's a big thing that we need to move with. Of course, God is on our side. We are doing it for the kingdom. We are doing it for the love of Christ. We are doing it for the good thing. So if we are doing it for the good thing, we shall get there.
Yes.
I want to say this. They may, I think the key important thing is knowledge. When people get knowledge, they can change the constitution.
They can. Yeah.
And we saw it in Kenya when we were one multi-party system. When people, they say no, they went to change the constitution until we had a multi-party system. Knowledge is power.
Yes. So let's welcome Moses, and after Moses, we shall have our certificates.
Okay.
And after the certificates, we will have Kagendo for 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Okay. So Moses, you have 3 minutes exactly to do what you have to do. Okay. There you go.
Thank you, Francis.
Oh,
Unfortunately, I'm talking when people are tired and the mind is saying that go back home. So we named our group Nelson Mandela Group. So on the issue of integrity, we had the first one was about like personal life. Is it different from business life? So we agreed that integrity is very important, but members disagreed that the personal life is different from disagreed on personal life being different to business life. Now, all of us agreed that integrity is very, very important. But one thing we failed to agree is that integrity in business, it's okay, but in politics, it is completely different thing. Actually, this one brought a lot of discussion among ourselves. So we looked at integrity. First of all, is compromised by external factors and personal character attitude. So if personally you have a negative attitude, then integrity may not matter to you. But if you have a good attitude, integrity is very important. Then external factors in the environment where you are. You can be in an organization where you are the only one. We had a lecturer at university, a professor at university, who said that one time he worked in a government institution where like the person who was there, the in charge, the person, I don't know how the government things work, but they will give him like 200 millions for just welfare. So like when he got leave and then they put him there, the 200 millions were too much. He changed from coffee and what he brought, tea, snacks, what he painted everywhere. He had the chairs he bought. They just told him, you will not manage this office. You go back. So then the second one, we looked at the person of influence, how he influences other people. So all of us agreed that the person of influence influences indeed people. But what we failed to agree on was what is the influence? Does he influence the people in a positive or negative way? And then our sister Sandra, I'm used to that. So our sister Sandra was like, influence is supposed to be only good. But now, like, we are looking at also how can someone with influence people in like bad aspect. We had an example which I wouldn't want to mention because the grounds may be hearing of a person who has been in the news and they had almost brought some chaos. The Ugandans will know who the person is that and is in a certain building. So we looked at, in order for us to be able to influence people, we must train them, we must counsel them, and we should motivate them. I'm trying to rush Francis so that I catch up with 2 minutes. I'm thinking that I'm left with 2 minutes. I thought I did only 10 seconds. So then we looked at people. Do people buy into leader and then they buy into his vision? Then all of us agreed that indeed you have to first like a leader before you buy into his vision. We gave an example of if you want to marry, you first get attracted to a person, then after that, you get attracted to the vision that person has for his life. So we looked at, it's very important for us as we look into the leader and then the vision. First of all, we need that, we buy into transparency. If a leader is transparent, You might like the person, and then later you realize that this person is actually not very transparent, and then you just let the person go. Then we looked at accountability. Then we look at the attitude the person gives also is very important. And indeed, we agreed all of us that is true. We first buy into a leader before buying into the vision. Then we looked at the attitude. Today's attitude, does it give possibilities? And then all of us agreed yes. If like all of us, we have a good attitude, it will give us possibility of working with that person. Then we looked at can you get answers? Can we as leaders get answers? And are we able to ask any question which matter? Then also, the conclusion was that it depends on the atmosphere. And that was the fact, because like it may be easy for us to answer, to ask a person who is, you will forgive me many times, my brain had a problem and I kind of forget the words I'm supposed to speak. So it may be easier for you to ask your juniors. Very, very easy for you. But then it may be hard for you to ask your seniors. I was giving the people here an example of, we had an office the other day. Our colleague told us they went to meet the president, and the president, they gave them 10 minutes. Then the president, when the lady sat, he asked, because this lady knew very well that the president does not know the father and the family. So he asked, how is so and so your father? How is so and so your brother? How is so and so your cousin? How is so and so your friend? So the lady became dumbfounded. He didn't know what to say. This man is here, which doctor or what? Is he a prophet or what? So he ended up not speaking any word. So in the end, he asked her, what was your problem? Then he said, money. Then the minutes were done. So we looked at that also. So it is also very important for us. Another thing we looked at, it was time management. And then we looked at, because we are saying that you manage your life, then you manage it. When you manage your life, then you will manage the time. Then we agreed that was true. You must manage first your life, then you manage your time, before managing your time. Because I'll give an example. If like you were supposed to wake up to start the journey at 6, and then you wake up at 5:50, it is very, very hard for you to manage that time, because you have failed to manage the time you slept. So we looked at it is very important for us to manage our lives so that we can manage the time very well. Then we looked at the law of magnetism. So this one also brought a lot of discussion. So we agreed that you are attracted to people of the same interest. If there is any, Joshua, I'm finishing in 10 seconds. If you're not Sandra gave us an example that many times when she dresses well, she goes in the meeting or in the party, even when she's supposed to sit with other people, they will take her to VIP. So that means that attraction is brought immediately. That's the first attraction. So we agreed that like when you are smart physically and mentally, you attract people of the same caliber who are physically and mentally the same as you are. So in the end, we concluded by saying that you are attracted to people of similarity, the people you are similar to. So like there is a song in Uganda which says that imbulira gwonywa naye nkulira ebyakola ki bimwogera. Like you tell me the person you speak with, and I will tell you the person what you speak always. Thank you so much. We are not very generous with ourselves, so we didn't give the points.
Great, thank you very much. We are very grateful that you have all been very, very actively participating. We want to now listen to that one piece, and Dennis is now recording that one piece. Hence I forget to do the things of Gen Z. Thank you. So we need that one thing. I know that my brother had given, but we want to go like this and quickly one thing that you're taking away from this workshop. So many things have been said. So Rachel, we are starting with you. And we give you only 20 seconds. One thing that you're taking away from this workshop. After that, you pass it on.
I learned how to become a servant leader.
You've learned how to become a servant leader. Moses.
I've learned that for me to be successful, I must lift others.
For you to succeed, you must lift others. Victor.
The strength of the roots will be seen by the fruits of the tree.
The strength of the roots will be seen by the fruits that it bears.
Listening to the people we lead is very important.
Listening to the people you lead makes it easy.
Makes them even be healed.
Makes them even be healed. George.
A servant leader carries people in their hearts.
A servant leader carries people
not on their backs.
In their hearts, not on their backs. Perfect.
Putting the needs of the people we lead before ours will make us good leaders.
Putting the needs of the people we lead before ours makes us good leaders.
Okay, this is my take home. I'll set targets that I'm also able to meet as a leader.
I will set targets for others that I'm also able to meet.
Being an exemplary leader, and also doing what I expect others to do. In other words, being in position to do what I want others to do.
Being in a position to do what you want others to do, being exemplary. Okay.
I've learned to trust my employees.
Trusting your employees.
I have learned that awareness as a leader, awareness of who you are, is the first step of accepting what you're supposed to do, and then how to improve on it.
Knowing who you are is very key and important to executing servant leadership.
Self-awareness, very important, but also thereafter you can start from any level. It doesn't matter which role you're doing or what assignment you have to do. You can exhibit servant leadership from anywhere at any time.
Thank you very much. And Rose?
Thank you. Personally, I learned as a leader, I should work on improving myself before I work on improving others.
In other words, when you improve yourself, it automatically rubs around the others, isn't it? Madam Kagendo, do you want to say one word to conclude, or it is well?
Especially after sitting at the feet of Dr. Mulinge. I just want to tell you something in one of the modules for servant leadership, and I'm hoping that I will
encourage you or even entice you to actually plug in into the class that is coming up. One of my favorite lessons in the book is on what is expected or what is the characteristic of a leader. And Dr. Mulinge has put it in the form of houses. And he says that a servant leader, number one, should be a person of humility. You know houses, Houses. I was hoping at least you would have pen and paper and write it down. So H stands for humility. O stands for, George, obedience.
Yes.
U stands for unselfishness. S stands for service. E stands for ethics. And S stands for surrender. And if you are able to have those qualities as a servant leader, H, humility. O, obedience to the authority that is above you. U, unselfishness, not thinking so much about yourself, but thinking about others. S is service, giving service to the people. E, ethics, being a person who is ethical. And S, being a person who surrenders to God, because you know God created you for a purpose and to accomplish a certain purpose. So I'm hoping that each of us will desire to be servant leaders of excellence who make impact to the generations that you are in. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam
Thank you so
Kagende.
much. Yes, I want to really say thank you again for listening. And I really want to encourage us just to think of joining those classes. We have also virtual. You can plug in on virtual, and we have people who are getting this training from Western Africa. So you can join our virtual. So all what you need to do, get to us, and then we can plug you in. It is one cause I want to tell you, you will never regret why you chose it. It is about personal development. And the old does not want to develop himself. So thank you so much, and really want to echo what Mwalimu Kagendo has said, is that come on in, and you are going to be a game changer in your organization and also in your family. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Daktari. We are coming to the tail end of all this, and I would like to invite you to embrace your mess. Embrace your mess, take advantage of failure is one of the books we've written. I wrote this book with a colleague who is also doing leadership. In fact, he is also living in Minnesota, but he came around. We are going to do another leadership talk in Jinja, and we shall go to Guru doing leadership. So this embrace your mess helps you in so many ways, but one of them is to take advantage of failure. We fail every day, don't we? How do we wake up? This is the book. So it is available on Amazon, it's available in Restock, and it's available here. In Restock it's 45,000, right here is 40,000. So if you need a copy, you can get a copy from us. And the next time we have the same kind of event, we are going to have as many as lead other books as possible. So before we close and have our certificates, I would like to request Sandra, do you want to say anything on behalf of the participants so that we do not Tetubaliaka is a Uganda word. Now that you're here, you need to learn some of these words. So that we give yesebo. Yenyabo. So Sandra, are you able to do this? Okay, good. Thank you. Here you go. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Francis.
And on behalf of that team, yeah, so good evening. Oh, it's so sensitive. Good evening. Started in the morning, now it's good evening. Thank you so much for the patience you've exhibited up to this point. My name is Sandra Namarome. I normally say I'm a professional social worker, and I love to see change, positive change, everywhere I go. So I feel that is already servant leadership by training, by birth, yes, taking over from my mom. I would want to say thank you so much to the leadership of Aslead Institute. I imagine there's a bigger team in Kenya that hasn't been able to make it here, but the team that we have seen here, Madam Rose, that name, Kagendo. You know, it has another meaning, Yes. Here, it means like a journey, A journey. Oh, really, Perfect, so I'll remember the name more. Madam Kagendo and Mr. Mlinge, Dr. Peter. Thank you so much for coming, and everyone who is here in your respective capacities. And Francis Nsanga, soon to be doctor. Yes, when he finalizes the PhD. This topic is really home, not to only me, but I believe to every one of us here. I think there's only one or two people who are not parents in the room, but I believe that as you nurture, because we want to remember that charity begins at home. That child, the way you talk to them, your friends, anyone who is in your sphere of influence, that's where we should start. That's where we should start. We should not wait to go at work, yeah? The people you're modeling around you. I'm here with Maureen. I hadn't said it in the beginning, but it's because I want to mentor someone everywhere I'm at. We do work together at the Ministry of Local Government. And most times wherever I go, for some conferences, I can't do everything. So I try to say, come along with me. I can pick another one, you know. I believe that already is as well building a team, because I know tomorrow she will go places where I may not go. So thank you so much. Every topic has been relevant. It's so unfortunate that the time has not been I think we can all agree that the time has not been enough. And from those cards, when we broke away from the group discussions, we got to understand that we needed more days, because some cards were asking for more than a day, you know, of an experience we've had here today. But I believe we've maximized it, and I want to understand that where we go, we will be ambassadors, yeah? We heard that you're planning a big one with high-level leaders. I would want to pledge that I'll do my best to contribute and see how best we can push forward, because we need this as a country, we need this as a city, we need it like yesterday. So let's work on those materials that we need to make out to other people. I don't know if these books are many and are available, if we can probably buy some of them. Apart from these, I'll definitely take one. I have the online version, but I'll take the hard copy as well. So I want to thank Francis for doing your role in Uganda. Let's give him a hand clap. Yes. Who? Oh, the Greek. Abako and what? Abate. Abate. Abako. Abako. Abate. 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 So may the Lord bless you as you go back. Take as much love as you want from Uganda to the people of Kenya. Thank you so much.
Let me say, she has said that if you can buy this one,
Yes,
available. We have plenty of, we were anticipating 50 participants, and we have quite almost 30 copies remaining. If you would want to buy, you take it to your people. We would appreciate. Actually, let me tell you, these with all these things, learning whatever is there, you can help somebody start doing research on it. So, if it were in Kenya, we say we buy at 20 shillings or 200. $3.
Like 10,000.
Yes, yes.
Like
we
10K.
would buy it.
You bring all the copies here. I'm not leaving here until they are finished.
Okay.
Start.
So
You're free to buy it at
Actually, you
10,000 or more.
Oh,
10,000 should be the minimum, yeah, for $3.
Okay,
Average,
great,
yeah.
great.
So
they are here, and you can just buy it to somebody because
yes,
you have seen that is something that you can study. Okay, 10.
Oh.
You can just buy them.
There's no anything can go back.
And then give it to your people.
I'll pick my copies to be safe.
They will get to you. 1, 2, 3,